Hello, my name is Kelly. At 16, I almost got a beauty queen crown, but none of the judges suspected what kind of inner struggle I'd experienced on the way. When I was a little girl, my father made his living by breeding dogs, mostly Rottweilers. He knew that I was afraid of them. So, when he wanted to teach me a lesson, he could set the dogs on me and make me listen to their barking, sometimes for hours. Fortunately, my mother left him when I was 5 because he treated her horribly as well. Although the dogs didn't hurt my body because they were locked in cages, they obviously hurt my sense of security. By the age of 12, I developed an obsessive compulsive disorder. Each time I felt anxiety, I had to do strange rituals in my bathroom, which included biting my nails or pulling out the hair on my body and head. As a result, some areas of my body are covered with scars. I know it sounds disgusting for those who have never suffered from this disorder, but I really couldn't control myself. I did it like a robot, even without realizing. Only pain could stop me for a while. Ironically, I grew up into a pretty girl. At least that's what everybody else said. I tried not to touch my face. My arms and my legs had been the most damaged areas. I always covered them with clothes and masked them with makeup. I didn't tell my mum because I was afraid of doctors. Even my best friend Cindy had no idea that I had OCD. She was just as nerdy as me, and we spent a lot of time together. As for romance, I didn't have any relationships. I was terrified to even think about showing my body to someone. One day, I was sitting in Cindy's kitchen and doing a school project with her. Her gorgeous mother Linda came home early. She's a former beauty queen and a coach for young beauty contestants. At 36, she looked much younger and prettier than me. She was really upset that day. Her superstar beauty contest, Simone, had fired her because another agent promised her castles in the sky. Suddenly, Linda checked me out from top to bottom and said that she had fallen in love. I was wearing tight jeans and a turtleneck to hide my skin. She told me that I had to participate in the upcoming contest. I had a panic attack, politely refused, and ran home. The next day after school, I found Linda and my mum drinking tea in our living room. Linda was already convincing my mum that beauty contests would be a life-changing opportunity for me. Mum had always had her head in the clouds. She asked me to change into a swimsuit and demonstrate my gait. I got very mad and told Linda to get out of our house. It stressed me out so bad that I spent 2 hours in the bathroom doing my common rituals. In the morning, I took a look at my skin and nails and realised that I needed to talk to someone. Instead of going to school, I headed to Linda's home office. She was very surprised to see me. I took off my clothes and showed her my skin. I told her that I did this to myself, and I began to cry hysterically. It was such a relief to finally admit that out loud. Linda was brave enough to hug me. She said, "Honey, I've been dealing with the beauty business for years. Trust me, I've seen much worse. We're going to fix this." I got dressed, and Linda made me some delicious lemonade. We had a long conversation about my OCD. Then she called her friend and psychotherapist, Terry, and made an appointment. Later that night, we went there together. Dr. Terry asked me a lot of questions about my family and my struggles. He didn't recommend any drugs for me so far, and suggested natural methods, like the integration of new healthy habits, regular sessions with him, and a support group. There are many teenagers out there with similar symptoms. The next day, Linda invited me to the studio, where most of the beauty contest trainings take place. We watched the girls rehearsing a dance. She bought me a gift, a pair of beautiful lace gloves, as a tool to protect me from my unconscious self-harm. Once again, Linda offered to help me become a beauty contestant. Dr. Terry didn't mind. He said it could help to empower me and shift my attention to something more creative. Moreover, beauty contests provide girls with a chance to get full college scholarships. So I gave up and said yes, and my life took a 180-degree turn. Luckily, my mother was eager to pay for this adventure. Linda provided me with a training and nutrition plan. For our first class, Linda brought some crazy shoes with huge heels and began to teach me how to walk properly. I learned dozens of new ways to stand, look beautiful and smile. When I came home that night, I was exhausted, but I noticed that I didn't want to touch my body at all. I felt responsible to Linda. Over the next 3 months, my schedule was very busy. It was my graduation year at school. I had workouts every day and went to my psychologist and support group every week. Day by day, my skin began slowly healing, and I began slowly admitting that I was gay and I admired Linda, was in love with her, which was a big surprise for me, but it was true. 1 week before the first official gathering of all the beauty contest participants, I went to a dress store with Linda and Cindy to choose gowns for my performance. Everybody in the store admired me as I was playing around in a beautiful purple dress in front of the mirror. In the dressing room, Linda helped me with my zipper. She stroked my arm, asking about my OCD. I felt a shiver, but I tried to hide my reaction. The next day I told Dr. Terry about my secret crush. He suggested expressing my feelings in a letter without sending it. After the therapy session, I went to a park, sat under a tree, and followed his advice. I wrote about my feelings for Linda. It was such a relief. I realized that I really loved her and wanted her in my life as a girlfriend. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that was my confession. I put the letter in an envelope and hid it in my bag. I didn't want my mum to find it in my room. That next weekend, all the beauty contestants gathered in a countryside hotel for the first stage of the competition, the interview. We also had to visit a formal picnic and do a photo shoot. Unfortunately, my roommate was the famous, scandalous Simone. She was the meanest person I've ever met. In the morning before our interview with a panel of judges, she locked herself inside our bathroom so that I couldn't wash my hair and prepare myself properly. Thank God Linda arrived in time and helped me. I felt very nervous standing in line with all those pretty girls, but when I entered the room with the judges, they seemed like really nice people. I didn't tell them about my OCD. I only said that I had come to that competition to gain self-confidence. At the picnic, everybody was staring at me for some mysterious reason. Cindy, who was also invited, came up to me and started yelling that she knew it. But she knew what? Later that night, the competition organisers invited me for a private conversation. They called my mum and interrogated me about Linda and our relationship for 2 hours. It turned out that someone had spread rumours that Linda and I were having a secret affair. Obviously, Simone had stolen that letter from my bag. And a lot of people had read the letter before the contest administration snapped it up. I was terrified and denied everything. I said that I had never seen that letter before. Eventually, they believed me. They decided that it was just an attempt to discourage me and get kicked out of the competition, so they decided not to disqualify me. After all that stress, my mother took me home. I felt very ashamed, and I went to the bathroom and bit off all of my nails again. I just couldn't control myself. When I finally finished, my hands looked like I'd been through a military training. I had to look flawless in the morning to participate in a group photo shoot. It was a disaster. So I called Linda, and she told me to put on the gloves and go to sleep. Early in the morning, Linda arrived at my house and woke me up. She took me to her manicure lady, and we got acrylic nails. She brought her beautiful dress with long sleeves for me and helped to mask all of my imperfections with makeup. I was looking good, but I was very worried because Linda told me that she had seen that fake letter. 2 days later, I was preparing myself in a dressing room before the final catwalk in a gown that would end with on-stage questions. Linda took a look at my outfit and shed a tear. She hugged me and said that she was very proud of me and my hard past. I finally worked up the courage to tell Linda that the letter was real. Linda didn't say a word. She was just staring at me silently. My heart jumped out my chest. I kissed her on the lips, and it was time to go on stage. At that moment, I couldn't have cared less about the contest. But then, suddenly, I took 3rd place. After the official ceremony, we had a luxurious after-party. Everybody congratulated me and took pictures. But Linda was acting as if she had just met me. She avoided me during the entire evening and drank a lot. I noticed her kissing one of the judges, and she ended up leaving the party with him. After that night, she began to ghost me, and my heart was broken. Even though I didn't take 1st place, I still received my scholarship opportunity. Dr. Terry helped me to make my choice. I decided to study psychology since that topic was so important for me. Today I'm 19. I have a beautiful girlfriend named Stephanie, and I love her. My OCD is under control. As for Linda, 3 years after the contest, I received a text message from her. She apologized for ghosting me and said that she missed me very much. She simply didn't know how to react to my feelings and was scared of Cindy's possible reaction. I don't know how our relationship will develop in the future, but I'll never forget how Linda helped me to feel comfortable in my own skin. And by the way, I still have those lace gloves.